and collectively to discharge the great public duty bestowed on us. I therefore urge each one of us to diligently undertake your national duty, appreciating that your dedication to your constituents and the nation is paramount. Honorable members, you may also recall that I had informed the House of the temporary suspension of the question time to afford the newly appointed cabinet secretaries time to familiarize themselves with their respective dockets. Noting the passage of time since the cabinet secretaries assumed their new responsibilities and following consultations with the leader of the majority party, I now wish to inform the House that we will resume question time starting tomorrow, Wednesday, 18th September 2024. In this regard, as I indicated in the notice of questions in today's order paper, the Cabinet Secretary for Education is scheduled to appear in plenary tomorrow afternoon to respond to, among other matters, the progress in implementing the commitments made during the members' Kamkunji held on Tuesday, 20th August 2024, regarding the new higher education funding model. Additionally, the Cabinet Secretary shall also address the issues of concern in the education sector, including incidents of school fires and unrest across the country, and the general safety of our learners. Particular attention shall be paid to the tragic incident at the Hillside and Darasha Academy in Nyeri County, where we unfortunately lost 21 learners. This incident represents a tragic loss to the nation, and the House must be fully apprised of its cause and the remedial measures proposed to be taken by the ministry. On behalf of the House, and indeed on my own behalf, I wish to extend our deepest condolences to the affected families. The Member of Parliament for Kieni has requested me to accord him an opportunity tomorrow to make a statement on the incident, and I'll do so. Having said that, honorable members, may I therefore request that we all stand to observe a minute of silence in honor of the young departed souls. May their souls rest in eternal peace. Thank you. Next.
Order number 3, messages.
Members, take your seats. Take the nearest seats. Order, members, take the nearest seat. Kwenya, the nearest seat. Thank you. Honorable McClap, you are out of order. Honorable members, I have a message from the Senate on the approval of a nominee for appointment to the position of Inspector General of the National Police Service. Honorable members, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 41-4, I wish to report to the House that on 21st August 2024, I received a message from the Senate regarding the approval of Mr. Douglas Kanja Kirocho for appointment to the position of Inspector General of the National Police Service. Honorable members, the message conveys that the Senate, by a resolution passed on 20th August 2024, approved the appointment of Mr. Douglas Kanja Kirocho as the Inspector General of the National Police Service. Honorable members, you will recall that the approval hearings for the nominee for Inspector General of the National Police Service were conducted jointly by the relevant committees of the two houses of Parliament in line with established practice and in fulfillment of the provisions of Article 245(2)(a) of the Constitution. Accordingly, the Departmental Committee on Administration and Internal Security is expected to table the joint report on the vetting of the nominee this afternoon. Consequently, the House Business Committee has scheduled the said report for consideration by the House tomorrow, Wednesday, 18th September 2024, during the morning sitting. The House is accordingly guided. Next.
Order number 4, petitions. Order number 5, papers.
Majority Leader.
Honorable Speaker, thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I would like to lay papers on behalf of the Leader of Majority. Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay the following papers on the table of the House today, Tuesday, September 17th, 2024. 1. The following legal notices from the Minister of Mining, Blue Economy and Maritime Affairs. A. Legal notice number 120 of 2024 relating to the Fisheries Management and Development Safety and Quality Regulations 2024. Legal notice number 121 of 2024 relating to the Fisheries Management and Development Beach Management Units Regulations 2024. C. Legal notice number 122 of 2024 relating to the Fisheries Management and Development Inland Fisheries Regulations 2024. Legal notice number 123 of 2024 relating to the Fisheries Management and Development Fish Levy Trust Fund Order 2024. Legal notice number 124 of 2024 relating to the Fisheries Management and Development General Regulations 2024. Legal notice number 125 of 2024 relating to the Fisheries Management and Development Marine Fisheries Regulations 2024, and H, legal notice number 127 of 2024 relating to the Fisheries Management Development Recreational Fisheries Regulations 2024. 2. Legal notice number 130 of 2024 relating to the Pest Control Products Registration Regulations 2024 and the explanatory memorandum from the Minister of Agriculture and Livestock Development. 3. Legal notice number 131 of 2024 relating to the Kenya Defence Forces Court Martials Appeals Rules 2024 and the explanatory memorandum from the Minister of Defence. 4. The proposed budget ceiling for each constituency for the financial year 2024-2025 from the National Government Constituencies Development Fund Board. 5. Honorable Speaker, reports of the Auditor General and financial statements of the National Government Constituencies Development Fund, NGCDF, for the year ended 30th June 2024 and the certificates therein in respect of the following constituencies: Belgut, Bomachoge Borabu, Borabu, Dagoretti North, Embakasi Central, Embakasi East, Embakasi North, Embakasi South, Embakasi West, Juja, Kabete, Kaloleni, Kiambu, Kikuyu, Kirinyaga Central, Konoin, Kuria West, Langata, Lari, Makadara, Nyaribari Chache, Nyaribari Masaba, Ruiru, Sigowet Soin, Wajir East, and West Mugirango. Honorable Speaker, I thank you.
Departmental Committee on Administration and Internal Security, Tongoyo.
Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay the following papers on the table of the House today, Tuesday 17th, September 2024. Report of the Joint Committee of the National Assembly, Departmental Committee on Administration and Internal Security, and the Senate Standing Committee on National Security, Defense, and Foreign Relations on the vetting of Mr. Douglas Kancha Kiroche as the Inspector General of National Police Service.
Thank you. Chairperson, Departmental Committee on Trade, Industry and Cooperatives. Gakuya.
Yes, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg you to lay the following paper on the table of the House today, Tuesday, 17th September 2024. Report on the Departmental Committee on Trade, Industry and Cooperatives on the budget implementation monitoring for the FY 2022-2023 for the following state departments. Vote 1173, the State Department for Cooperatives. Vote 1174, State Department for Trade. Vote 1175, the State Department for Industry. Vote 1176, the State Department for Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Development. And vote 117, the State Department for Investment Promotion. I beg to lay.
Thank you. Next order.
Order number 6, notices of motion.
Robert Mbui.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to Standing Order 33(1)(c), I rise to seek leave of the House for the adjournment of the House for the purpose of discussing a definite matter of national importance regarding the implementation of the competence-based curriculum student transition. Honorable Speaker, as enactment of the CBC continues, the Pioneer CBC class is expected to transition to grade 9 commencing in January 2023. However, this transition has caused increased apprehension among parents and widespread concern on the preparedness of the education sector with regard to the transition. Of importance, Mr. Speaker, is the matter of infrastructure, which was initially to be lodged within secondary schools. However, the Presidential Working Party on Education Reforms recommended for the transition to remain in primary schools. Additionally, the practicality of putting up classrooms and other facilities like laboratories by December 2024, before the start of grade 9 lessons in January 2025, is in doubt. At present, the transition is also marred with the issue of shortage of JSS teachers, crucial to the success of the program. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I seek leave for adjournment of the House to discuss this matter of great national concern with a view to exploring possible solutions in order to advise the key players, stakeholders, and the country at large. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members?
Thank you. Do you have the requisite support numbers? Thank you. Honorable Mbui, you have an overwhelming support for the motion of adjournment. Other members, Honorable Mbui, you will be allocated to move your motion at 5:30. 5:30. Chairperson, Departmental Committee on Administration and Internal Security, Tongoyo.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to give the notice of the following motion, that taking into consideration the finding of the Joint Committee on National Assembly, Departmental Committee on Administration and Internal Security, and the Senate Standing Committee on National Security, Defense and Foreign Relations, in its report on the vetting of Mr. Douglas Kanja Kiroche for the appointment as the Inspector General of the National Police Service, laid on the table of the House on Tuesday, 17 September 2024, and pursuant to the provision of Section 12(1) of the National Police Service Act Cap 84 and Section 3 and 8 of the Public Appointment Act, Cap 7F, this House approved the appointment of Mr. Douglas Kancha Kiroche, CBS, OGW, as the Inspector General of the National Police Service. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Chairperson, Departmental Committee on Trade, Gakuya.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to give notice of the following motion, that this House adopt the reports of the Departmental Committee on Trade, Industry Comparison on Budget Implementation, monitoring for FY 2022-2023 for the following State Department, laid on this table of this House on Tuesday, 17th September 2024. Vote 1173, the State Department for Cooperatives. Vote 1174, the State Department for Trade. Vote 1175, the State Department for Industry. Vote 1176, the State Department for Micro, Small, and Medium Enterprise Department. And vote 117, the State Department for Investment Promotion. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Next order.
Order number 7, questions and statements.
Member for Saboti.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provision of Standing Order 44, 2C, I rise to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Department Committee on Transport and Infrastructure regarding the upgrading of road networks in Saboti constituency to bitumen standards. Honorable Speaker, the road networks of Saboti constituency have been in a deplorable state for the several years, posing significant challenges to the residents and impeding socio-economic development in the region. Specifically, Kitale, Kipsongo, Kinyoro Road, that is C626, Kambimiwa, Kaptama Road, that is B13, and Babton, Endebes Road, B123, measuring approximately 79 kilometers, which are in dire need of construction and upgrading to bitumen standards. These roads, which primarily serve as routes of transportation of goods and lives, have deteriorated to a point that they are impassable during the rainy seasons, hampering the movement of the residents. Sadly, the residents' outcry for better roads has been in vain, and there is urgent need to address the state of the named roads. Honorable Speaker, it is against this backdrop that I seek a statement from the chairperson of the Department Committee on Transport and Infrastructure on the following. 1, state when the Ministry of Roads and Transport intends to undertake construction works on Kitale Kipsongo Kinyoro Road, C626, Kambimiwa Kaptama Road, B13, and Babton Endebes Road, B123 in Saboti constituency. 2, provide details on the budget allocation for construction of the roads in the financial years 2023-2024 and 2024-2025, including the contract details for works on the named roads. 3, provides details of the outstanding scope of works, schedule for commencement of the construction of the said roads projects, as well as the expected completion timelines. And lastly, explain the long-term plans by the ministry that have been put in place to ensure that Saboti constituency road network is upgraded to bitumen standards. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Chairman Rhodes, is GK in the house?
From there.
Yes, GK, 2 weeks. Give him the mic. There you are.
2 weeks is sufficient,
Thank you.
Speaker, sir.
Before I call the next honorable members, Allow me to acknowledge in the public gallery the presence of Christ the King Kirwara High School from Gatanga in Muranga. On my behalf and on behalf of the House, we welcome the students and their teachers to the House of Parliament. Next, Badi Twalib.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable Speaker, pass one to Standing Order 43.1. I wish to make a general statement regarding the untimely passing on of Hasmukh Patel, commonly referred to as Hasu, the owner of Mombasa Cement, that occurred on Monday, 29th August 2024, while he was being rushed to a private hospital in Nyali, Mombasa. Mr. Speaker, the late Hasu Patel of Mombasa Cement was my constituent. I was introduced to him in 2007 when I was a councillor by my father-in-law and former member of parliament for Changamwe constituency, the late Honorable Ramadan Sef Kajembe, who was also a good friend of Hasu's father, the late MATIANG'I. Honorable Speaker, the late Patel was the founder of one of the Kenya's biggest cement manufacturers, Mombasa Cement, through his late father, MATIANG'I. He was also the director of Corrugated Sheets Limited in Kenya with his main office in my constituency in Mikindani, Jomvu constituency, as well as a Tororo Cement, which is based in Uganda. The passing on of Hasmukh Patel has robbed the people of Kenya, in particular the coast and the eastern region, where he operated his businesses, of a leader whose contribution to the county and the whole of country at large during his life will forever be treasured. Hasmukh Patel was an accomplished industrialist and a philanthropist. Honorable Speaker, through his foundation, Hasmukh Patel supported needy students across the country with scholarships. He has also sponsored various charitable causes across several industries. As a philanthropist, Hasmukh Patel championed environmental conservation, with the most notable one being an initiative where he supported the transformation of Kibarani dump site in Mombasa into a park. He also contributed to the health sector by contributing towards improving healthcare infrastructure and promoting access to healthcare for underprivileged communities, Mr. Speaker. For his efforts, Patel received the Moran of the Burning Spear MBS in 2021 and was appointed as a Kenya Chamber of Commerce and Industry Director. Honorable Speaker, his passing makes a dark moment not only for his family, Jomvu residents, and Mombasa County, but for the country at large. Kenya has lost a candid, devoted public servant, hard-working leader, and true son of Kenya who endeavored to give everything for what he believed in with great courage, tenacity, and humanity, Mr. Speaker. He always reached out to national leaders from the county to chart the course for bettering the well-being of residents of the country. Honorable Speaker, formative leader May the soul of the late Hasmukh Patel rest in eternal peace. I thank you, Mr.